So guys, now please confirm to me. All of you read my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, now please confirm to me. All of you read my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. All of you read my voice on screen, guys. Those are attending in online. Am I audible? Is my voice on screen is clear to all of you guys? Now please confirm to me. Am I audible? Guys, all of you please respond to me. All of you read my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Fine. Right, sir. So in the prerequisite part, only small topic is remaining. So if I complete it, then we'll start the JDBC effectively. Just let me complete that small topic also. So can you check it what we completed in the last class? What topic we completed there in the last session? What we understood in the last class there? Any idea? So overall, if we check the prerequisite content, classes, abstract classes and interfaces and static keywords, I have not discussed it. Already we are aware about it. In core Java we have seen already, right? From which topic onwards we started there, no? Exception handling onwards we started. Throws, try catch, finally try with the resources. Okay. I think I have not discussed about these concepts, right? Discussed or not discussed it? Okay, maybe. IO streams topic we completed. Next, collection framework we started. In collection framework, list and array list topic here we completed. Then another topic is what there inside this prerequisites, no properties that the topic is required that we have to understand. Okay, right, sir. Let me complete even these two now. After that, I'll start directly JDBC content. In a more effective way, we are going to understand it. Right, sir. And collections related part we have discussed there. What is collection? What is collection object? Tell me, what is a collection object? Collection is an entity or is an object that is able to represent a group of other objects as a single entity. I want to represent 100 employees. 100 employee objects are available. I want to represent as a separate. There we can use collection. I want to represent a group of students. There we can use what their collection. Or else maybe I want to represent some students, some employees and some customers as a single. Still we can use what there in these collections. Understand it now? Okay, fine. Then what is collection framework? What is collection framework? To represent collections, Java has provided a set of predefined classes and interfaces. That set of predefined classes and interfaces is called what their collection interface. What is that collection interface? No, set of predefined classes and interfaces which are provided to represent collections. That set of predefined classes and interfaces is called what their collection framework. Right, it is completed. I given a simple diagrammatic representation about to understand the collections, how the collections are going to be represented here. That part here I given there. Now observe carefully. Right, sir. Now understand the point here. Next one is to represent the collection object. Java has provided a set of predefined class and interfaces called what their collection framework. Java has provided the complete collection framework in a separate package. What is that package there? Java.util package. Java.util package contains a set of predefined class and interfaces. What are these actually? Mainly two interfaces are available. One is what their collection and second one is what their map. Under collection mainly three sub interfaces are available. What are these? No, list, set, queue. List has number of implementation classes. Array list, vector, stack, linked list. Set has some other. Has set, linked has set, sorted set, navigable set, and tree set. Queue has so many. Priority queue, linked priority queue, DQ, and array queue. Map, hash map, linked hash map, weak hash map, identity hash map, sorted map, navigable map, tree map, hash table. Then what next one here? Properties. Right. Now here list, behavior, list, nature here are given. What is the nature of the list now? It is an interface. It is index based. It will arrange all the elements as per indexing. It allows duplicate elements. It follows insertion order. Does not follow sorting order. It allows heterogeneous elements. It allows any number of null elements. Implementation classes for this is what there. RL list, vector, stack, linked list. There I started with what there, RL list. It is a class. It is an implementation class to the list interface. Better write like this. It is an implementation class to the list interface. It is index based. It will arrange all the elements as per indexing. It allows duplicate elements, follows insertion order, does not follow sorting order, allows heterogeneous elements. Okay. Allows any number of null elements. Its initial capacity is what there? 10 elements. Incremental capacity ratio is what there? Current capacities are 3/2 plus 1. Suggestible when we want to perform the frequent retrieval operations. Of course, it has one more point here. Its internal data structure is a resizable array. Its internal data structure is what there? Resizable array. Not required to understand. In original collection framework, I will discuss about this point here. But array, we are going to take no size is going to be increased. In that way, we have to understand. Okay, leave it now. Constructors. Mainly, we discussed about two constructors. Some other constructors are also available, but not required. Two constructors. One is zero argument constructor, and second one is what there? Parameterized. What is that parameter there? Collection. If you want to convert element from set to array list, or maybe linked list to array list, or maybe like a queue to list, there we are going to use this particular constructor. Methods. Some of the methods are given. Add method, get method, remove method, and is empty method. To add an element into the collection, we have to use either of these add method. But frequently, I am going to use this first add method. I want to get an element from the list. Then I'm going to use what there? Get method. And I want to remove an element from the list. There I'm going to use what there? Remove method. I want to check whether that list is empty or not. Then I'm going to use what there? Is empty method. Then after that, I given a simple program. List I have taken. What is the significance of providing this Angular base and string? What is the importance of this? In general, collections are able to allow heterogeneous elements, different types of elements. But where if you want to limit the types of elements, where if you want to restrict all the other types of elements, only one type of element if you want to allow, there we have to provide generic types. The generic types are nothing but what they're providing Angular basis. There we have to specify some data type. If we provide the data type, no, only the type of elements are allowed inside the respective collection. Because of that reason, I provided only what they're string type elements. Not possible to add other types of elements. But if I remove this part here, the generic type now, there we can add different types of elements. Okay, fine. I added all the elements. I displayed all the elements. I'm getting the second element. Second element is what there? 0, 1, 2. CCC. All right. Third element I removed here. DDD we removed here. After that, by using for each loop also, we can retrieve all the elements from the respective list now. That's these are completed. Outputs also here I provided. This is okay. Normal concept only. But in our applications, we are going to use collections for the user-defined objects. For user-defined objects, I am going to provide what their collections. I said, all of you get my point or not? Then how we are going to provide this? Try to understand it clearly. I'll take some example. Try to observe carefully. In the previous program, I'm going to use the content here. Now this is normal program only. Okay, is it visible? Last. Okay, can I increase font size? No. Okay, fine. Now, for example, I want to take class. What class can I want to take now? Say for example, class bank. I have taken a class bank. Simple example. Okay. Now before this bank now, I want to take a class account. Class account. Inside this account, I'm going to maintain some properties. Or else, instead of taking this like this now, we can take a package. Through the packages, we can take it now. That approach is right approach. Right, sir? If you open this IntelliJ IDEA, SRC is available, right? There create a package. Right click here, new package. Package name I'm going to provide com dot Durgasoft dot beans. Com dot Durgasoft dot beans. Inside the beans, first of all, I'm going to take account class. Right click here, new, then what next one? Class. How I'm going to take this class here now? Now here, I'm going to take like what their class account. Already class is specified. Click on enter button. All of you observe carefully. Now here, I'm going to provide private string account number. Private string account name, account holder name. The next one is a private string account type. Now next one is what there? Private long balance. Values here I have taken. Now, if you want to make it is a bean class now, for each and every property we have to provide setter method and getter method. We have to provide separately what there? Setter method and getter method. Observe carefully. Setter method and getter method that we are able to provide for each and every property. In IDEs, to provide setter methods and getter methods, there is a shortcut. If it is Eclipse IDE, right click, source, generate getters and setters. We are able to get it. In the case of IDE, in the case of IntelliJ IDEA, what we have to do now? Simple, right click. Or else maybe I'm giving clarity. In the case of IntelliJ IDEA, what we have to open there? Like Alt Insert options available. What is that now? Alt Insert. Okay. Then if I use that, there we are getting like this. Alt Insert. If we type now, there we are getting it. There we have to select what there? Getter and setter. Then select it. Control A. Select all. Enter button. Finish. All setters and getters here we are getting. Yes, sir. Or else maybe if you don't want to provide like this, what we have to do? Right click here. Generate option is available. What is that option? Generate. If we click on generate, now here we are getting there. There we are able to get like what there? Getter and selector here we can select. If we select it, I think already getters and setters are available. That's why it was not selected now. Otherwise, we will get a pop-up window. There we are able to select all the elements. Then we are able to get getters and select. See, once you are using IDs now, we must use shortcuts only. Otherwise, development is going to be fast, is going to be slow. If we use shortcuts, easily we are able to get bin. If you want to write these getters and setters now, how much time it is going to take now? Not possible. That's why we have to use shortcut. Now tell me, in IntelliJ IDEA, what is the shortcut here now? Alt insert. Alt insert. Then what we have to do there? If we click on it now, select getters and select. Control A. Control is what there? Select all the elements. Enter button. Finish. All here getters and setters here we are getting. Right, sir. It's okay. Fine. This is completed. Now, for the sake of my future purpose, I'm going to take toString method also. What I want to take now? toString method also here I'm going to take. Again, to take the toString method, again what we have to do now? Alt insert. Alt insert here we provided. There, toString method is available or not? toString method is available. Alright, so now with all the properties here, I'm going to prepare toString method as it is created. What it is returning there? Account curly braces, all values of the properties. That means why I'm taking the toString method. No, in the future, if I have any account object, if you provide system.out.println of that account reference, no, internally which method will be executed? toString method will be executed. By the execution of toString method, we are going to get the respective entity data. Because of that reason, I've taken what methods? No, toString method. Sir, any of you are attending from morning class, morning core Java class? Any of you are? Yeah. Okay, fine. Good. Don't worry. Just see the names only. Don't think too much about this content. I said to you already. You're not going to understand. Just understand the terminology. Okay. Official, I will start another advanced Java batch at morning time. There we can understand completely. But here, just come to the class and understand what we are going to do now. If I play any joke, just we can laugh it. That's it. Apart from that, don't do anything now. But try to listen the words. That's enough. Okay. Even if you're not understanding anything, don't get any disappointment now. Okay. Right. Right, sir. Now, so now this is about like what their account class that what we provided here. Okay, fine, nice. After completion of this content here, account is created, account is represented. Next one is after that. I want to represent bank. Right click on it, new and not package, a class I need to take. What is the class here I need to take? No, a bank class here I'm going to take bank. Has sir got it? No, right, sir. All of you observe carefully. And now tell me, in a bank, how many accounts are available? How many accounts are available in a bank? No, so many accounts are available or not? That means multiple accounts are available or not? Number of accounts are available or not? That's the reason why I'm going to take what there private. Multiple accounts I want to represent. Multiple accounts I want to represent. What I'm going to take? No, list. Why I'm taking list now? Tell me here. To represent more than one account. If it is only one account, no, directly private account semicolon. But how many accounts I want to represent? More than one account. That's why I've taken list. Now tell me, this list is exclusively for what there? Accounts or not? Account object or not? Say for example, in a bank now, I have a list of accounts. Accounts are available. I want to represent only accounts in a separate list. I don't want to include customers in a list, in this list. Customers list is different. Employee list is different. But account list is different. I want to represent for accounts on separate list. That's why I've taken it. Right, sir? Private list account. As all of you are getting clarity on this? Okay, fine, nice. Up to that, it's also okay. Okay, fine. Next one is I want to create a bank object. I want to create bank object. There we are going to take what there some constructor. Understand it clearly. Okay, fine. Even that is also not required for me. Next one is I want to provide a method. What is that method here? Public void set accounts method. I'm going to take what there set accounts method. Set accounts method where the parameter is what there. Where the parameter is what there. Observe carefully list. So I will create bank object. By using this set accounts method, I'm going to send multiple accounts to the bank. I'm going to provide this number of accounts to the bank. Got it or not? What I'm telling you now. Okay, fine. Or else, if you don't want to take like this set accounts now, if you don't want to take at a time like this set accounts now, what I'm telling there, at a time, I'm going to take one account. I want to add that account to this particular list. Even that one also here, we are able to do now. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? Okay, fine. Now here, what I'm going to do there for this particular one, I'm going to take public void add account of account that we are going to do now. Inside this, then what we have to do now, accounts dot add of account. If I call this add account by passing one account, no, that account will be added to what there, this particular accounts. Got or not? Finally, now here inside this, then what I'm going to do now, here new array list object here I've taken. Now observe carefully. Array list is what there? Implementation class. Object I created. That reference value is assigned to what variable? Interface reference variable. Is it possible or not? We can create object for implementation class. List is in interface. Array list is in implementation class. We can create object for what there? Implementation class. That reference value is assigned to what variable? A reference variable. Interface reference variable. That we are able to do. That I created. All right. Now inside this add account method here I've taken. To this add account method we provided what their account is a parameter. That account is added to what their accounts. Okay, that is created. At the end, I want to get all the account details. I want to get what there all the accounts. Public Now list account get accounts method here I'm going to provide. Public list accounts get accounts now. Just here what we are going to provide written accounts. That's it. Now this is my bank. All of you put concentration here. Now tell me, all of you now tell me, everybody now tell me what I completed up to now. Two classes I have taken. One is what there? Account class. Second one is what there? Bank. What is the relation I'm trying to think now? A bank can have multiple accounts. If I create any account, I want to add that account to the accounts list. List is representing more number of accounts. Simply we can understand accounts database. That list is what there accounts database. To that we are adding what there account object by account object that we provided. Got it? What I'm telling now. All right, so now operations I'm going to perform. What operations now? Individual accounts I want to add to the list now. At a time I'm going to get that accounts. I'm going to display that accounts data. Right. Now let us observe carefully. Main class I'm going to take now. First of all, let me create account objects. And before that, what I'm telling there, bank object here I'm going to create. Bank is equal to new bank. Now to this bank, I want to create an account. So first of all, I need to create what there account object. Account one is equal to new account object here we have to create. Am I right or not? But while creating account object, have I taken any constructor here? No constructor I have taken. Setters and getters here I have taken. So what I have to do there, if I take in the setters and getters now, while creating account object, sorry here, while creating account object, every time we have to write what there, account one dot set account number. There we have to provide something else like what there, A111. Next one is what there, account one dot set account holder name. There we are going to provide some data. Next one is what there, account one dot. Now set understand it clearly. Account to type, then how many values here we are going to provide? Savings. Now account one dot set like what next one here? Balance. Then maybe I'm going to provide something else like 50,000 like this here I provide. Okay, this is only one account here we created. Am I right or not? Like this, how many accounts I have to create now? Multiple accounts now. Multiple accounts in the sense, I have to take again like what there, the same code here I have to provide, and now here I need to provide different values or not. Now this is like what there, account to two. Here we have to change that account to account to like this, account to account to like this. Now here I'm telling to you, observe carefully. 2 some name here we are going to provide, some details here we are going to provide there. It's okay, fine. Now savings, now here I want to provide something else, 40,000 here we are able to provide. Again like this, another code here we have to provide another time now. Like overall, how many times here we provided this code, sir? How many times here we provided here? 3 times we provided, means that 3 accounts are created. Now here A333. Now this time we want to provide something else. Now here we need to use some data. Now savings, and the next one is what there, 30,000. Like this can be provided. So say this one. Account class only 4 properties are available. It's okay, I can manage it. In account class, for example, 10 properties are available. How much big code we have to write now? 3 accounts creation in the sense. Creating 3 accounts in the sense, how much code here we are going to provide, that more and more number of instructions or not. So I don't like to write every time set account number, set account holder name like this. So as an alternative, I'm going to take one constructor. If we take parameters constructor, easily we can pass the data through parameters constructor. I want to simplify the content. So for that purpose, what I'm going to take now, inside this account class constructor, I'm going to take constructor. Right, might be alt insert. There we are going to provide constructor. Yes, enter button. Constructor is ready. Constructor is created. Then what I will do there inside this main class now, instead of taking all this data like this in this particular way, what I will do now, inside this I'm going to provide this A111. Next one is what there, Durga. Next one is what there, savings. After this, after completion of this savings, no, there we are going to provide what data here now, say for example 50,000. Finish, my account one is created. Right, so previously how many lines of code we have written? 5 lines of code, but now it is only 1 line. The code is optimized or not? So wherever we feel burden to write setter methods, no, directly take constructor, then use that constructor now, right? Next one is what there. Then after this, after completion of this, now here I want to create the second account object, account to. Now it should be like what there, 2. Some names, some data might be here. We can provide like what the different here. The different data here we are going to provide. Now it should be like what there 40,000. Next one is what there. Then after this, account 3. All right. So now here we have to provide like what there 333. Now here some data here we have to provide. Right. So now the next one is like what there 3,000. 30,000 here we provided like this. One more last account here I'm going to provide, or else maybe 3 accounts are sufficient here. Okay, no problem. We can provide one more account. No, it should be like what there. Some details here we can provide there. Then account 4. Now A444. Some dummy data here we can provide there. All right. Then after this, now savings is okay. Fine. Next one is what there 20,000 that we have provided here clearly. Okay, fine. So overall, how many accounts can we created here? No, 4 accounts can we created. I want to add all 4 accounts to the bank object. So now already bank object we created here. Bank dot add account of account 1. Bank dot add account of account 2. Bank dot add account of account 3. Bank dot add account of account 4. That we completed clearly. Right. Bank object I created. Account objects I created. All account objects are added to what their bank. I want to get all accounts of the respective bank. I want to get what there all accounts of the respective bank. If you want to get all accounts of the respective bank now, in bank there is a method. What is that method now? Get accounts now. What it is returning? List. So that list contains what objects now? Account object. How is it possible to get data from account objects now? By using for each loop, we can get account object by account object. From account object, we are able to read the total data. In account object, getter methods are available. By using getter methods, we can get the data. Or else maybe toString method is available. Directly we can display the toString method. Not mandatory to maintain that getter method. Directly toString method we can display. Right. So now observe carefully. In the main class, I'm going to take like what there. First of all, a list. I'm going to take no list of accounts. Accounts is equal to bank dot get accounts. Are you observing the code style what I'm following? No. Are you? No, not. I'm not asking about understanding level. I'm asking about the style of writing a program. Okay, fine. Forget about my style of writing program there. Then what I am asking to you, how IntelliJ IDEA is giving support for me for writing the code. My next in section is provided by IntelliJ IDEA. Just I'm clicking on tab button. Understand my point, Keno? So that's the support we are getting from what their IDEs. For explanation point of I'm taking this much of time, or otherwise as a matter of half second to complete this program. Right, sir. Now understand it now. Now here what we have taken there, no list of accounts here we are getting. What I have done, sir, nothing, sir. Account class I have taken, multiple account objects I created, all the account objects I added to bank. Again at the end, from the bank I am getting all the accounts as a list. Now I am going to display the data. Nothing I have done. I have taken bank object, to that bank individual accounts I added. Now I am getting all the accounts from what their bank. That's it. Okay, now I'm going to display this data. How I'm going to display the data? From the list, if you want to display the data, first of all, we have to take like what their for each loop here we are going to take. I said you already, by using for each loop, we can read elements from the array as well as from what their collections that we can do now. So what is that for each loop here? This is the for each loop. For each account colon accounts. Now inside this, if you provide system.out.println of account, then we can display all the account objects one after another clearly. That's it. Now this is a code here. We are able to get all the account details. Now I'm ready to execute the program. Now try to understand this program. See this account objects. How many account objects are available here? No, 4 account objects. All the account details here we displayed or not? See this. Now this output we are getting through toString method. At account class I prepared toString method now, and I'm going to display SOP of account now. Automatically the toString is executed. Automatically account details here we are getting it or not? Now this is a way. This is a way of getting what their output. So anyway, program is okay, good program I prepared now. But inside this program, what we have to recognize, we can keep user-defined objects into the collection. We can send that collection of objects to some other class by passing to the methods. We can get the collection of data from one class to another class by returning the collections. What are the points I'm telling there? We can pass collection as a parameter to the methods. and we can return the collection as a return value from the method. That's the points here I'm trying to show now. This type of implementation I'm going to use in our programs. This is the actual utilization of the collections in our applications. This is the actual utilization of the collections in our applications. Got it or not? So because of that reason here, we have to understand this content clearly. Right, sir. One more point here I'm telling to you. In this scenario, in account class, setters and getters are not required, strictly speaking. Why? In main class, I created account class objects by using what? Constructors. Get my point or not? Okay, I'm getting all the account details by using what there? ToString method. I'm displaying all the account details through what there? ToString method. Am I right or not? Then is there any requirement of setters and getters inside the account class? No. Now tell me, have I accessed that setters or getters here at any location in our program? Have I used them? No. So because of that reason, I want to simplify the code. The simple, I want to remove that setters and getters now. Understand my point here? In this program, setters and getters are not required. I created objects. I provided data to the object through the constructors. I got the data from the object through ToString method. So setters and getters are not required. Got my point or not? Even though it's not required, but the style of writing program or convention for Java beans is what their setters and getters only. We have to maintain them, right? That's it. The blindly we have to maintain them. If required, we can use them. Otherwise, not required to use them, right? But I want to maintain that. No need to worry for it. Now the point is what there. Now let me take like what there. Example here I'm taking no other example. Account.java. Account.java. Next one is what there. Bank.java. That's it. What next one? You know, bank.java. After this, bank.java. Next one is what there? Main.java. Main.java. That's it. Now completed. So total program is also be completed. Just what we have to do now. At our home, now try to practice one time this example. There we are able to get much clarity on it. Even this total output also I'm going to provide there. By that we are able to get some clarity. All right, sir. Is it okay? Can I complete? Can I move forward? Can I go for the next topic there? Right, sir. Now the next topic is like what there? Next topic is like what there? Properties files. What is the purpose of the properties file and how to use properties files in our application that I'm going to use. This properties file topic is required, very much is required in advanced Java, in Spring Framework, in Hibernate, in Spring Boot, especially in Spring Boot. At each and every application Spring Boot, we are going to use properties files now. In advanced concepts, definitely we are going to use what their properties file. That's fine. To move on to my JDBC code, in one or two situations, I'm going to use properties file. That's why let me discuss about even that topic also. Okay. Are you getting any doubts about the previous example? Only high-ended topic is what there. I've taken a bank class. In that bank class, I've taken a list. That list is exclusive for the sake of accounts. To that, I'm adding accounts. At the end of the program, I'm getting that accounts from the list. That's it. That only the process here I've done. Yes, sir, got it or not? Right, sir. Leave this one. Practice one time, then we are able to understand it clearly. Next one is properties file. Properties file in Java. First of all, what is this properties file? What is the purpose of this properties file? Right, sir. What is this properties file? Properties file is like a text file. Properties file is like what there? A text file. A text file with the dot properties extension, with the dot properties extension, and it contains the data in the form of key value pairs, and it contains the data in the form of what their key value pairs. All of you understand this now? Please try to read out the statement what I've given about this properties file. Properties file is like a text file with what extension? Dot properties extension. and it contains what? It contains the data in the form of what? Their key value pairs. Also, programmatically I'm able to show, don't worry for it. Okay, fine. But what is the requirement of these properties files in our applications? Where we are going to use these properties files in our applications? I'll give a set of requirements. In Java applications, we are able to use the properties files in the following requirements. In the following requirements. In what requirements this properties file is available? Observe carefully. I'm going to give some situations. Understand it now. In Java program, which data we want to change frequently? That frequently changeable data we are going to keep inside the properties file. Why? Because in Java program, if we provide a change, then we have to recompile the program. 2 times if we change the code, 2 times we have to compile the code. 10 times if we change the code, 10 times we have to compile the code. But how is it possible to compile the code every time for every change, Understand my point here? That's why what I will do, if anything is changeable, I want to keep the changeable code inside the properties file. Then I will get the data from the properties file to Java program. If I want to perform any change, I will not touch my Java program. I'll take this properties file. There only I'm going to perform the change. In this properties file only I'm going to perform the change. Not required to recompile the program every time. You can do the modifications on this properties file every time. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? Have modification, save it. That's enough. Automatically the data will go toward their Java program. No need to perform recompilation over the code. So the very first option of this properties file is what there to include or to have the frequently changeable code. To have the frequently changeable code in Java applications, we are going to use what there properties file. That's one point. Next, another point. Are you aware about GUI applications? Graphical user interface, GUI applications. In GUI applications, we are going to use graphic components. In GUI applications, we are going to use what are the graphic components. What are the graphic components there? We are able to see in a GUI. What are the graphic components there? We are able to see text fields, labels, checkboxes, radio buttons, list boxes, combo boxes, choice boxes, buttons, password fields. Sir, all these are like what their GUI components. For each and every GUI component, labels are available or not? For each and every GUI component, label is available or not? That labels we are going to manage, that labels we are going to provide through properties files in our GUI applications. What is the second utilization of the properties file? I'm telling there, to manage the labels of the GUI applications, we are going to use what their properties files. To manage labels of the GUI components in the GUI applications. To manage the labels of the GUI components in the GUI applications, we will use what their properties files. This is another point now. Sir, got it? What I'm telling you now. Next, after this, another content here. Observe carefully. For example, simple in our understanding, I'm telling now. Observe carefully. Internationalization is the next point here. At least as per our awareness, what is internationalization actually? Preparing Java programs with respect to the local users. Preparing Java applications with respect to what their local users. Got it? What I'm telling you? Okay, simple. I prepared a project, a simple product I prepared. When user is coming from AP and Telangana, immediately my product is going to display the message in Telugu. Welcome message. Hello user, welcome to this project, welcome to this application. In Telugu it's going to display. Okay. For example, when user is accessing my project from Karnataka, then my project has to display that welcome message in what their Kannada. Understand my point? If the request is coming from like what their Tamil Nadu, then it has to display in what their Tamil language. Welcome message only, not like any other content. Just welcome message. Home page only it's going to display. In the home page, depending on the user locality, I want to display the message. If the request is coming from Maharashtra, in Marathi I have to display. If the request is coming from Odisha, then we have to display that message in what their Oriya language. That means in all local languages, we have to display the message depending on the locality of the user. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? Now tell me, how many projects here we prepared now? Is that only one project or 10 projects now? One project only. But my project has to identify the location of the respective user. On the basis of that, we are going to display the required message. Got or not? Okay. Before all these things, before going to display that message on the basis of the user locality, first of all, my project has to manage all language messages or not. Come on, guys. I need to my project has to manage Telugu message, Kannada message, Tamil message, Marathi message, like Odia message, like every language, local language messages must be maintained by my project or not. Where we are going to maintain all the local language messages, no. Where we are going to provide all the local languages messages, no. There we are going to use properties file. For Telugu, one properties file where Telugu messages. For Kannada, another like what the properties file where Kannada messages. One properties for Tamil where Tamil messages. One properties file for what there Gujarati where Gujarati messages. No. One properties file for their Marathi there Marathi messages. Like this, for how many languages you are going to use support now? For each and every language, one separate properties file we have to provide. In that properties file, we have to provide the local language respective messages. When user is coming from a particular local, no, particular, for example, from Andhra, my project has to search for Andhra related properties file where it will get that welcome message. It will display that welcome message to the user. If the request is coming from like what the Gujarat, for example, immediately my project has to search for Gujarat related properties file where it will get the welcome message. It has to display that welcome message. Understand my point here now? If the request is coming from Odisha, for example, where it has to search for the Odisha related properties file, there it has to get that Oriya message. It has to display that Oriya message to the respective user. This is what exactly the mechanism here we are going to implement. So this is perfectly the meaning of what their internationalization. Understand my point here? If you want to achieve this, first we have to maintain that local messages. To manage all the local messages, we have to use properties files. Got my point or not? What is the requirement of properties files in internationalization? There's an example here I'm telling you now. All right, my second point is what there to manage all the local respective all the local is the right term. Local in the sense almost equal to local only. As of now, we can understand like this, but separate meaning is available. We'll discuss about it. Local respective messages in the internationalization. In what their internationalization? Right, sir. Okay, next example. All right, sir. Now, see that people are asking to me, JSON object is also like properties. No, no. JSON requirement is different and properties well requirement is different. JSON and XML almost are similar. JSON maybe in some other situation we can say it's a replacement for XML. Okay, then we will talk about these concepts in the future advanced level, but try to understand the content here. Now come for this point here. Next one. For example, I'm preparing a bank application. Bank application. In the bank application, ATM application, for example, or bank application, whatever it may be, I want to perform some withdrawal operation. I know in my account only 10,000 rupees I have. I know that. Okay. But what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to withdraw 15,000. In my account, how much amount is available? 10,000. But I'm trying to withdraw 15,000. Now tell me what we are able to see on the ATM screen. Definitely, immediately it has to give some message like what there. What is that message? No, insufficient funds in our account. Please enter the valid amount. That message here we are able to get or not? Understand the point clearly? What I'm telling you now. Okay. Now tell me, insufficient funds in our account. Please enter the valid amount. What is that message? Is the developers provided message or predefined message from Java? Tell me, developers created message or predefined message from Java? Developers created message are, that is ATM application, that is developer created application, right? Developer created message only, that is not predefined message from Java. Java has not given any predefined messages. Java has given predefined classes, predefined objects, predefined interfaces. Doesn't given do not give any. Java has not given any like what their predefined messages now. Okay, in our ATM project, that message is required or not? For example, wrong account number I've given, sir. Now tell me. Wrong account number I've given. Immediately I'm going to get what message? No, a wrong account number. Account number is wrong. Invalid account number. Like this, we are getting some message or not? This is also a message here we are going to get or not? Right. All these things are the part of the exception handling. All these messages here we are getting part of what their exception handling. Insufficient funds is a user defined exception where we are going to define our own exception message. Right, in exception handling, to manage all the exception related messages, we are going to use properties file. To manage all these exception handling messages in our applications, there we are going to use what their properties files. Now the point is what there, to manage all the exception messages or exception descriptions. In other words, I'm telling here, exception messages in the exception handling we are going to use like what their properties files. That is another point here I'm telling to you. Observe carefully. Right, sir. Good. Next one is after that, after completion of this content here. Listen, one more example. For example, we are I think all of you might be all of you are aware about some Google account creation, Gmail account creation. I think you are aware about it, Gmail account creation. When we are trying to create that Gmail account now, first it is asking that username field. Next one is what there, password field, confirm password field. Maybe think of it, assume it. Some other data is also is asking there, date of birth value, for example. Yes, sir, got it or not? Gender, for example. Okay, like these fields are available. Without providing data in the fields, if we click on submit button, what will happen now? Tell me. Tell me, without entering data, if we click on submit button, what we are getting? Immediately we are getting some red color messages over the fields or not? What messages we are able to get? Username is required, first name is required, last name is required, email ID is required, or might be alternative mail ID is required, phone number is required, date of birth value is required. Like this we are getting some messages or not? Okay, fine. Remember, these messages we have to maintain. For that we are using properties file, no doubt. Second one is what there, date of birth field is available. Okay, there what is the date of birth value we provided? For example, 05 hyphen 07 hyphen 2027. Is it possible? Future date is possible? No, date of birth is what there, past date only, definitely past date only. Am I right or not? There immediately what we are going to get? No, invalid date of birth value. We are going to get that message or not? See that what is going on actually when I enter some data. When I click on submit button, internally a mechanism is taking the data, a mechanism is checking whether the data is right or wrong. If data is wrong, immediately giving a message to me. If the data is right, sending the data to the server side application. That mechanism, what it is performing internally, checking whether our data is right or wrong. That mechanism is called as what they data validation mechanisms. That mechanisms are called as what their data validation mechanisms. In data validations, we have to represent that messages or not. What messages? No, username is required, invalid date of birth value, invalid mail ID, invalid mobile number. Or not, these messages are required to be provided or not. But if you want to display these messages, first of all, your application has to manage these messages or not. First of all, your application has to manage this message or not. And for that particular reason, here we are going to use what their properties files. Now, observe carefully, to manage all the validation messages in the data validations. To manage all the validation messages in the data validations, there we are going to use what there? This properties files. This is one point. Okay, fine. One more example. All of you understand it clearly. Right, sir. Observe carefully. Now the point is what there? Right. Observe carefully. See, people are asking one question to me regarding the comparison between databases and properties files. No, I never said at any location properties files is an alternative for databases. Databases purpose is different, properties files purpose is different. Both are not alternatives. I'm giving the requirements. I'm giving the locations where we are going to use properties files. For these requirements, we are not going to use databases. Answer my point clear. If you want to maintain the data permanently, persistable data, if you want to maintain where databases we are going to use, this properties files purpose is different. Both are not alternatives. No. Okay. Right. Now let's move to the point here. Observe carefully, all of you know. Next example. I'm preparing a database related application. Listen carefully. Database related application here I prepared. At present, I'm using Oracle database. If I use Oracle database, its configuration details are different or not? Oracle configuration details are different. Examples I'm telling there. Driver class name, driver URL, username, database username, database password. Like this, some configurations are available. Okay, down the line, 1 year of time, I've used Oracle database. No problem. Oracle configurations I provided by taking some properties file. It's okay. Not by taking properties, but directly I've taken the Oracle configurations. Okay, fine. After 1 year of time, I want to change my database. I want to use MySQL database, not Oracle. MySQL database I want to use. Now tell me what changes I have to provide in my application. Previously, we have used Oracle configurations, driver class name, driver URL, database username, database password. We have used it. I have to change them or not. Now I need to provide MySQL database configurations or not. That means I have to change the code or not. Understand my point here? When we change the code, so many things we have to perform. Recompilations we have to perform. Then repacking we have to perform. Reloading that application to the server we have to perform. So many things are going to be happen there. It is not simple to have changes in our live code. Understand my point clearly? No? Okay, fine. Next moment, I'm going to use SQL Server. Again, SQL Server configurations here we have to provide or not? Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? So, in a database related applications, to manage the database configuration details, there we are going to use what are their properties files. If you are not using properties files, it's very much difficult to maintain the changes. It's very much difficult to switch database, to switch one database to another database. So many things here we have to do. But if we use properties file, configurations we can provide in properties file, we can get the configuration details to what there to the respective application automatically. Right. So another point is what there to manage all the database configuration details in the database related applications. In the database related applications. Right. All the database configurations in the database related applications that we have to understand. Next one is after this, after completion of this. One more example, server side applications. Number of servers are available. Tomcat server, for example, its configurations are configuration details are different. IP address may be, port number may be, application logical name may be, some server, some internal configuration details. WebLogic is having its own details. JBoss is having its own details. Understand my point, Keno? So that respective server side configuration details here we have to maintain. For that also we are going to use what their properties file. Now the point is what there to manage all the server configuration details in the server side applications and so on and so on and so on. If you want to list out all the utilizations of these properties, well, so many things are available here and so on and so on and so on. We can go for like what there the huge list of requirements now. This is exactly the intention of like what are the properties files in our applications. Right, sir? Now let's see this point here. First of all, what is properties file? Properties file is like a text file with the dot properties extension and it contains the data in the form of what their key value pairs. In Java applications, we are able to use the properties files in the following requirements: to have the frequently changed code in Java applications, to manage labels of the GUI applications in GUI components in GUI applications, to manage all the local respective messages in the internationalization, to manage all exception messages in the exception handling, to manage all the validation messages in the data validations, to manage all the database configurations in the database related applications, to manage all the server configuration details in the server side application. We are going to use like what their properties files. Got it or not? Okay, fine. Requirement here, but how we are going to use that in our Java applications? Forget about all these requirements at core Java, at basic level Java program. How I'm going to use that properties files now? Using properties files in the sense, I want to take a properties file. Then I'm going to keep data in the properties file. Later on, I want to read data from the properties file. How I'm going to set data to the properties file? How I'm going to get the same data from the properties file to Java program that I want to get now? Right, now observe carefully. In J2SE applications or in Java applications, if you want to use a properties file, in J2SE applications, if you want to use properties file, then we have to use the following steps. What are the various steps here we are going to use there? Now observe carefully. First of all, to send data to a particular properties file, to send data to a particular properties file, what steps here we are going to use? Now I'm going to give some steps to you. Now try to understand it clearly. First of all, what I'm telling to you, create a file output stream with the properties file name and location. You know already file output stream. Properties file is one type of file. If you want to send data to the properties file, there we have to create what their file output stream. What is the advantage of this file output stream? Even though the properties file is not available, file output stream will create that properties file or not. Understand my point, you know? So that's an advantage here. Create a file output stream with the properties file. Create a file output stream with the properties file name and location. How I'm going to create this one? Example here I'm telling to you. File output stream FOS is equal to new file output stream of. Now I'm going to provide abc dot properties, for example. If I provide directly abc dot properties, in the current location of the project, the properties file is going to be created. Or else you can specify the location / documents location. There we can create the properties file. Getting clarity on this point now? Right, sir. Leave this point. Next one is point number 2. After completion of this, step number 2. After creating properties file, what next one here we have to do? No, first of all, create java.util. Properties class object. Properties file is available where some data is available. Its representation in Java program is what there? Java.util.properties class object. There is a class, separate class available for representing properties file. The class is what there? Properties. Java.util.properties. Create its object and set data. Then here, how we are going to provide this now? Observe carefully. First of all, create properties object. Properties p is equal to new properties. Then inside this p dot set a property. Then where key value pairs here we have to provide. What key value pairs here we are going to provide now? Just 4 values I am going to provide. First one is what there? Driver class, for example. Comma. Then what is the driver class now? Com dot mysql dot cj dot jdbc dot driver, for example. Something else is available here. Don't think too much about it. JDBC we are going to understand definitely this topic now. P dot set a property method is available. P dot set a property. Now here I'm going to specify URL, driver URL, comma something else, JDBC colon mysql colon slashes localhost colon 3306 slash Durga DB. I'll discuss with you what are all these things in JDBC. Don't worry for it. P dot set a property of username, user root is a user. P dot set a property of password, database password. There we are going to provide what their password is also be root. Set a property. Now observe carefully. Here we completed clearly the content here. Properties object I created where I provided data. Next, file output stream is ready. Target file is ready. Data is ready in the form of properties object. Next one is I have to send this properties object to file output stream. File output stream will send the properties data to what their target file here. Now the next one is what there store properties data in the properties file. Further purpose, what we are going to do there, p dot store of p dot store of file output stream comma some description. What description here? Some comment, some information, some title, database details like this here we have to provide. If we provide this, automatically the data will be transferred from properties object to the respective file output stream. File output stream will carry the same key value pairs data toward their properties file. There we can open it, we can see the data directly. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? This is like what the store method. So this is like what the to send a data to a particular properties file. Don't worry. Let me complete the retrieval operation also. At a time I will show programming part for it. Easily we can identify it now. Right, sir. Now the second step is like what there? What is the second one now? After completion of this, right? To get data from the properties file, what we have to do there inside this? I'm going to use some steps now. Now try to understand the steps now. First one is what there? Create to get the data from properties file. What stream here we have to create? File. What stream now? File input stream from the properties file. Right. So now further purpose, what we are going to do now? File input stream FIS is equal to new file input stream of what is that properties file actually abc.txt file. FIS. Now previous that is what there FIS now. Right, sir. Here we provided this properties file. From the same properties file, abc.properties, not txt. From the same here we are getting the data. Okay, fine. Right, sir. Okay. File input stream data is available here. Next one is what there? Create java dot util dot properties class object. Create the properties object. How we are going to create it now? Properties p is equal to new properties object I created. Next one is what there? Data is already available in the form of file input stream. The data we have to load to properties object. Load data from file input stream to the properties object. Further purpose, what we have to do there? P dot load method. What we are doing there? P dot load of FIS. Load method getting data from properties. Store method sending data to the properties file. Then after this, whenever we are getting the data in the form of properties object, data will come from file input stream to properties object. From properties object, we have to get the data. All right, sir. Read data from the properties object. To read data from the properties object, then what we have to do there? Observe carefully. System.out.println p dot get a property of key value pairs are available. Na? Key we have to provide. What is the key? Now observe carefully. Driver class. There we are able to get what there? Driver class object data here we are able to get. System.out.println p dot get a property of, then what next one you know? URL. Automatically here we are able to get URL value. System.out.println p dot get a property of what we are getting there? User data here we are getting now. Observe carefully. User data here we are getting. After this, system.out.println p dot get a property of password data here we are getting. Sir, all of you are getting my point or not? So this is clearly that analysis part here we are understanding about this properties file. All together, I'm going to show the same thing in the form of diagram here. Observe carefully. Right, sir. It's very simple to understand the content here in diagrammatic way. Right. First of all, now here what I am telling here, right, sir. Now here what I am going to take, no, this is like what the properties file. Okay, now first of all, now what I am telling here, this is properties object, and here we are having some properties file. Okay, understand it now? Java program properties object, and like what is available here, properties file is available. Okay, now abc dot properties is available. Now here inside this properties object we have some data. What data is available here? Driver class is equal to, right, sir. Now something else is available here. Right, now what data is available here? Com dot mysql dot cj dot and so on, some data. URL is equal to jdbc colon mysql colon something else. User is equal to root. Password is equal to again root. Like this here we are having some data. Okay, now what I am telling there, first of all here we have to create like what there file output stream. This is what we created, no, file output stream. Properties object is available here, we created like what there file output stream. All right, now file output stream is connected with the properties file. File output stream here we created, but the remaining part is what there, this properties object data we have to write into file output stream. To write that properties data to the file output stream, then here what we are going to do there, simple, we are going to use a method. What method here we are going to use there? Load method here we are going to use. Load method, sorry, store method. Store method here we are going to use. The store method is able to send properties object data to what there file output stream, where the data is going to be transferred in the form of like what there binary. Why? Because it's a byte oriented stream, no, data representation is available like this only. The total data will be submitted to like what there properties file. There we are able to get the total data to the properties file in the form of key value pairs. What key value pairs data is available here? No, there we can understand the data like what there. Right, sir. As says, this data will come to like what there this particular properties file. Yes, sir. Got it? What I am telling you. This is a point here I am telling you. Now the reverse operation. What is that reverse operation here? Data is already available with what there properties file now. This is now this time here we can understand this is like what there properties file. For example, abc.java, abc.properties. For example, we can take this. Now here we are able to have the data. Same data is as is available here inside this. Now from this I need to get the data to the properties object. To get the same data from the properties object, first of all now here we need to create an empty object here. This is an empty object. Now what next one here? We have to create what there? From this here we have to create file. What we have to create there? File input sim here we have to create. Yes, sir. What we have to create there? No, file input sim here we have to create. Observe carefully. All right, sir. Now this is like what I'm telling you, file input to stream. Okay. When this file input stream is created, when file input stream is created, the total data, whatever the data here we have seen, the total data is going to be available to the file input stream. Complete data here we are able to get into the file input stream. From this, the remaining part is what there, whatever the data which is available in file input stream, the data we have to keep on to what there properties object. To keep this data to the properties object, then what method here we have to use there? Now tell me. to keep this data to the properties object, there we are going to use one method. What method here we are going to use? There load method here we are going to use some parameters here we are able to provide. What method here? Load method. Automatically the data, total data here, whatever the data which is available, the complete data, the same data is available to this particular properties object. That's it. Now this is that internal content here we have to prepare. Okay, right. So now the diagrammatic representation here I provided clearly. Right. So the remaining part is what there directly I have to prepare what there application. Okay, time is already completed. Can I prepare it in tomorrow? Right, sir. Then matter of 10 to 15 minutes of time I'll finish it. After direct I will start JDBC only. No other content here. Directly you can understand JDBC content. Prerequisite is completed. Actually tomorrow officially I have to start JDBC, but this program is remaining that I will prepare that. Don't worry for it. After that we are going to understand JDBC directly. In a JDBC first 1 or 2 classes totally theory. JDBC theory. After that I'll start programming. Steps to prepare first JDBC program. From the turn point onwards, automatically programming is going to be started. Okay. Right, sir. Thank you. We'll meet on tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Guys, those who are attending in online, maybe within 1 or 2 days of time, the links are going to be changed. This link, private link will come there. Those who are not yet registered, just try to register immediately within 1 or 2 days of time. But I don't know when it is going to be changed there. Immediately that link is going to be changed there. Actual content is going to be started from tomorrow onwards. Within 1 or 2 days of time, links are going to be changed. Now, if any of you are not yet registered, just immediately register for the course now. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For the registered members, we are able to get the new link details through mail so that you can utilize it. For the registered members, we are able to get the new link details there through the mail. Try to register for it. That's it. Okay. Then contact with your admin people regarding that process. But I don't know about it. You can contact with your admin people. Right. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on tomorrow.